Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back again, and thank you for sticking around on The Local Show. We really appreciate your patronage. Is that a word, patronage? Yeah,
it is a word.
So
you used it appropriately.
Very good. Yeah, with all the inappropriate things that come out of my mouth, it's good to get one right.
Get one once in a while.
Absolutely. Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. There's another great thing that just came out of my mouth. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, they have a workshop coming up Monday. Geez, right here, this next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And you can register to go, learn how to protect your home and life savings. If you haven't gone to one, go to one. They don't push you. They're not trying to. You get to learn, how do I do this? Do I need a trust? Am I rich enough to have a trust? It's a misconception. You got to be rich to have a trust.
Right.
But how do I do that? And they have right at the Hampton over on 7th North from 10 to 12 and 4 to 6. Go to their workshop, learn how to protect your home and life savings, and then have a conversation with your family about how you're going to do that. You can go online to safeharborwillsandtrust.com. Pretty easy. Mm-hmm. You can register right there. That would probably be the way to go because the workshop is Monday. So I would do that. You can call. They do have a 24-hour registration line, 370-9977 if you're that phone person. That's area code 315, Tom.
The big one.
The big one, yeah. 370-9977. But Safe Harbor Wills and Trust, if you haven't protected your home and life savings, Tom, you haven't protected your home and life savings.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. Yes, go ahead and do that. I'm going to put my Blackstone grill into a trust.
You should.
So the right kid gets it.
I think you should. Nick, give it to Nick.
You give it to Nick.
It's going to be worth something one day.
It will be. It's our pleasure now to bring a guest back onto the show. It's Matt Masur. He is the founder of Growth Mode Technologies. I love talking tech. GrowthModeTech.com. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. Thanks for having me back, guys.
Well, thanks for being here. So did you know that Steve pioneered artificial intelligence?
I had not heard that, no.
He's had artificial intelligence for years,
Tom never lets me down, except always.
He's got them ready. I like it.
So tell me about Windows 11. Is that coming out soon?
Yeah. It's been out for a while.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it's becoming the kind of, you're running out of choice. It's now going to be your go-to thing. 10 is no longer going to be supported. They've announced that's getting cut off. So,
nice.
Listen, 11 really isn't a whole lot different other than they moved your start menu to the middle of the screen for no good reason. You can, it's a preference. You can actually switch it back.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you won't even know it's
Tom's running Vista. Is that the one? Should he update?
Windows.
It's the one with a little clip mark that jumps around, right?
I'm on Windows for work groups.
There you go.
That's it. So tell us, what do you do over at Growth Mode Technologies?
Well, we are your local IT department. So what that means is anything from some basic advice consultation to full-blown, we can be an organization or a company's full-blown IT department. So everything from kind of IT technology leadership, explaining to organizations what tech can and can't do, to the most basic, keeping things running and being there when the printer doesn't print or you need a password reset, things of that nature. So
why
we kind of run the gamut.
Why would people outsource that?
That's a great question. So the reason for that is technology is moving incredibly rapidly. The stat that they've seen for a long time is our industry reinvents itself 100% every 6 months. The talent and the variety of talent it takes to keep up with that is pretty immense. And I know I used to be a one-man shop. I used to be a freelancer. That's how I did the bulk of the things. And when I came to be able to build an organization with a full-blown team, I was really able to see the power of that and the advantage. And a lot of organizations will have one good person. But is that person keeping up with their skills, keeping up with the technology, which is not just a matter of the new and fancy stuff, but the older stuff becomes a security risk, and it actually becomes a problem. And we've run into a lot of places where folks have done things the absolute perfect way we would have done them a decade ago. That's not cool today. And the fact that it's still working that way, so rather than having one person and one salary, you get a whole team, you get a wide variety of growing experience for your organization.
How does that not threaten the I don't know, the 30-year-old white male that's the IT guy. Sorry.
That's terrible profiling. You know?
Am I wrong?
So
How does that guy not go,
the biggest thing with that
"Holy
is
smokes, they're trying to take my job."
Yeah. So one of the things, and again, what I said in the beginning is we run the gamut, and a lot of times we will work with organizations that have internal help.
Okay.
And that's what really enables that person. You know, they are a one person, pulling their hair out, trying to maintain this whole organization by themselves. Now they get the power of that full team to stand behind them. And that's kind of what we do. We make them look like the hero and kind of do the back end stuff.
Yeah. And also at this point, Steve, you got to figure that IT has now encompassed just about everything. Like in the old days, it might be like migrating from, a mainframe to Windows based PCs and things like that, or taking care of printers and servers and things. But now it's integrated. Everything is integrated.
It's the phone.
Right? It's the phone, right? It's the new refrigerator I got. This is another thing to make you think you're paying me too much. But we did get a new refrigerator where the screen is built into the one side of the refrigerator. A screen, a full thing. It hooks up to your iPad. It's completely Wi-Fi.
There's a screen. There's a pad on
on one side of the door. Yeah, it's built right into the door.
You can watch the local show on YouTube while you're making breakfast.
That's right. And you can watch that. Wow. It's kind of cool. So, but I mean, it's all integrated. You can start the stove from in your car and you can preheat the oven, right? So
great.
So when you're in a company, you've got all that going on.
Yes.
Not to mention, but we're going to mention it, AI and those types of tools that are all in offices now.
AI is incredible. I think a lot of people are worried about it. I am personally excited about it because of the capabilities it's going to give us. We're still going to have control. The Terminator's not launching any moment now, even though we're a few days away actually from when Sarah Connor meets, but that's a whole other. But it's an incredible tool, and we're actually trying to embrace it quite a bit. We've got some folks in our office working on some AI potential tools that are going to allow companies to privatize it and have that security. One of the biggest concerns is these big companies with AI are going to have my company data if I were to use it. Well, you can privatize that. You can have your own personal AI. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we're looking at and looking at the potential, because the potential, we're just only scratching the surface. And
so you use the term your local IT department.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So in a nutshell, I think it's just a great descriptor of what we are. We focus essentially on local CNY in the 315 area code type of businesses. Mm-hmm. And again, we can act as your company's IT department. And that means anything mildly technical that you might have a question about in your organization, we're here to help.
Is that remote, or do you go there, or is it a combination?
It's all of the above. Although our company, I think one of our big differentiators, if you will, is that we are really huge fans of human beings in our clients' buildings.
Oh, there you go.
Almost all of our standard service offerings include regular standing visits, whether you need it or not. We're there, we're checking things out. We have a human connection. At the same time, we have that remote service. So if you need something and I can fix that by pressing a button while you're on the phone, we absolutely want to do that rather than send somebody to you. So
primarily businesses.
Absolutely. Businesses and nonprofit organizations
that have some employees. That's kind of your happy place.
Yes.
So if they wanted to connect with you, maybe just get an idea or a quote, growthmodetech.com. Is that still working?
That'll get you there. Yep, absolutely.
That's excellent. Yeah. And I think it's one of those things that companies can't afford. Cannot afford to.
And we didn't talk about security, but you're right.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah. Because there's no way you can keep up with everything. You need somebody like him. So that's Matt Masur right there, founder of Growth Mode Technologies. And thank you so much. You have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
All right. Joe Scripp is coming up next. Bring it up the rear, that Joe.
He's on the back side of things. Yes, he is.
Owner of the Scrippa Group right here on 570 WSYR.